High School Marching Band. Standing for the playing of our school song, The Red and Black. Sikeston High School would like to take this opportunity to thank Missouri Delta Medical Center Orthopedics for providing sports medicine coverage for the Bulldogs at practices and home and away football games. Missouri Delta has spent more than a decade caring for Sikeston athletes, and we thank them for all that they do. Sikeston High School and Missouri Delta Orthopedics, your athletes' first line of defense.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sikeston Public School Stadium as your Sikeston Bulldogs come in with a record of 3-4 on the year, and they will be taking on the visiting team from New Madrid County Central, the Eagles, who come in with a record of 4-3. I'm Chris Hotchkiss alongside my partner for tonight, Mr. Jeff Williams. Jeff, it's a good night here for football. Finally kind of feels a little bit about like fall. Now, we had a little bit of rain over the last hour and a half. I hope, that rain would stay away. But outside that little bit of drizzle we've had coming down, nice night here at Public School Stadium.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. It feels like football weather here tonight. Got a good crowd. New Madrid has brought a good crowd up from their school. So we're looking forward to a good football game tonight. New Madrid comes in tonight 4-3, high-scoring offense. Just looking at some of their statistics, they're averaging 39 points a game.
I think that's going to be one of the interesting things to watch tonight. As you just alluded to, New Madrid averaging 39 points a game. Let's just round that up, call it even 40. The Bulldog defense only giving up 15 yards a game. So that'll be, I think, a big aspect of this game. Can the Bulldog defense bottle up some of these athletes? There's some eye-popping numbers down there from some of these Eagles coming into tonight's action.
Yeah, it starts with their quarterback, Christian Phillips. He's a junior, and he has thrown almost 1,400 yards passing on the season. He's also has 16 touchdowns through the air. And he's run the ball pretty well too, Chris. 306 yards, 6 touchdowns on the ground. I was looking at their list of receivers. They have several receivers who have pretty good stats on the season. Johnny Walker, he has 566 yards receiving. We've got Austin Davis. He's a pretty good receiver. Mark Underwood, Rashawn Williams, just a whole list of guys who have the capability of catching the ball and taking it in to the end zone for a touchdown.
This Bulldog defense has been solid all year long, but if you would say the one Achilles heel that they maybe have had, it has been giving up some of the big pass plays on the season. So that's going to be something I'm sure that they focus on this week, is making sure to limit those big pass plays, especially the big passes up over the top.
Yeah, I remember 2 weeks ago, our last home game against Charleston, the Sikeston defense did a really good job except for the 3 long pass plays that went for touchdowns.
Looks like the coin toss. It looks like New Madrid County Central deferred to the second half, and the Bulldogs went ahead and will receive in this first half. The captains out there on the field tonight for the Bulldogs: number 1, Trey Ranson; number 2, Sean Blanchfield; number 9, Gage Rowing; and number 51, Des Green.
Chris, coming in tonight, Sikeston has won 9 games in a row over New Madrid.
Yeah, that's a pretty good streak. I'd say let's just go ahead and make it an even decade here tonight. Get back on the winning side of things. Bulldogs have lost their last 2 games after winning an impressive 2 games in a row, back-to-back against Poplar Bluff and against Cape Central. The Bulldogs took a homecoming loss here at home to their rivals from Charleston, and then took a tough one on the road for a loss last week up in Farmington. So the Bulldogs come in with a couple losses in a row, looking to break that streak tonight. But New Madrid definitely going to come in with a different thought plan here tonight.
Yeah, this time of year you start looking at those district standings, and right now the Bulldogs are 5th in the 8-team district.
So they have to go on the road in the first half, or the first round if that stays. Ball's going to be taken at the 1 by Trey Ranson. Looked like he had a little seam for a second. Did get across the 15 out to about the 18-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over. I would have liked to have seen Bulldogs start with a little better field position. Looks like the rain is coming down just a little bit. It's not coming down much, but
Bulldogs will start this drive on their own 19-yard line.
like Sikeston coming out in a little bunch formation, something we haven't seen yet. Little wildcat, Trey Ranson cut it back to the left side. Nice gain on the play as he got across the 25 to the 26. Little jawing early in this game.
Well, Ranson is very familiar with
Yeah.
These New Madrid
He's
players.
fired up for this game, isn't he?
Probably goes both ways. I've already got a text from Coach Jeff Ross in New Madrid. Says that streak's going to end tonight, Chris.
We'd like to thank Jeff for watching, but I'll disagree with him. I hope I'm right and he's wrong. But we'll see. New Madrid does come in very talented ball club. Hand off to Ranson again. Cut it back up the middle. Falls forward for a short gain. Going to bring up a third and manageable. Third and a long 3, we'll call it.
Number 1, Trey Ranson, the ball carrier. Gain of 1 on the play. Tackled by number 25, Johnny Walker.
Ranson comes into tonight's game with 266 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns. And he's caught the ball some, 154 yards receiving.
Kirkendall's going to lose a couple of yards on the toss sweep. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Bulldogs are going to be forced to punt.
Nice job by New Madrid's defense right there. They should get pretty good field position after this punt.
Gage Rowing, the junior quarterback, also serves as the punter for the Bulldogs. New Madrid will send back Johnny Walker deep to receive this kick. Gets a good Bulldog bounce, and it's finally going to be touchdown at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, nice punt there by Gage Rowing. Got a nice roll off that.
41-yard punt by number 9, Gage Rowing.
First possession of the night for Christian Phillips and company. Phillips got a lot of different weapons at his disposal.
He sure does. And Phillips is only a junior. And like we mentioned in pregame, he has put up some eye-popping statistics so far this season.
We'll go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side for Phillips. Oh, he kept it and got absolutely smashed. And we'll get a flag as the Bulldog defender, I think, stood over him a little bit.
Yeah, that's a really good play, but you can't do that after you make the play. The referees are going to see that. And
Bulldogs come out fired up, a little bit of jawing out there, but you got to be smart about it. So he actually lost 7, but after this penalty, we'll see where the spot will be. It's an unsportsmanlike, which is a 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. So after a nice play for a 7-yard loss, it will be 2nd and short. Looks like 2nd and about 3, we'll call it. 2 or 3. Early first quarter action. Glad you're here with us. SPS TV, your home for Sikeston Bulldog sports. Coming right over towards us. It's number 34, Jackson, the leading rusher, sophomore running back for the Eagles. Gain of about 5 on the play, and that will move the chains as that was 2nd and short.
yeah, nice run there by Jackson. Just following his blockers. He's a strong runner. There he goes again, right up the middle.
Yeah, right up the gut to Jackson. Broke a couple of tackles. Spun forward, had a nice game. A gain of 6 on the place, probably 7. Call it 2nd and 3. Magic County Central likes to go up tempo. They're going to get up, and Phillips is going to go quick. Hand it off to Jackson again, right up the gut.
Looks like he may have picked up the first down.
Yeah, I think he needed to get to the 41, got to the 40, so 3 straight handoffs to Jackson have resulted in 2 New Madrid County Central first downs. They continue to move the chains here on Pink Out night at Public School Stadium. And I think we're going to get motion against the Eagles as a wide receiver on the near side. Took off a little quick. Had to back them up 5, so it'll be 1st and 15 after the penalty. Phillips in the shotgun. Quick hitter. Out to the receiver. Nice gain on the play. That was Austin Davis on the catch. Davis has 470 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, like we mentioned, Chris, there's several weapons that Phillips can choose from.
2nd and short here for Phillips and company. That's handoff to Jackson. Not going to get it. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Looks like David Rowland was in first on that tackle. Nice tackle by the big defensive lineman for the Bulldogs.
3rd and short here. You got to think this is 4-down territory for the Eagles. 8:20 and counting here. First quarter action. No score early in this ball game. Rain still drizzling out there just a little bit. Quarterback could keep it himself. Broke 1 tackle, broke a 2nd tackle, but still going to be short. As they're going to say, he lost about a half a yard maybe. So it'll be 4th down. We'll call it 4th and 1, maybe a long one. Eagles bring in some different players. Look like they're switching to a little jumbo package here, maybe.
Number 55, Weston Thompson.
On this 4th and 1. So they'll overload that right side, and he'll have enough for the first down and some more. So had 3 guys in the backfield there, overloaded on the right side. Then they switched over to the left.
Kind of a unique formation there.
It was. It was an 11-yard run by the Phillips. So fresh set of downs here for the Eagles.
Phillips has that ability. He can throw it and he can also run it.
Sure can. A lot of weapons. Jet sweep's not going to go anywhere as Johnny Walker got that handoff. He's going to lose a couple. Looks like they'll say he lost 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 13 as the clock goes inside. 7 minutes here in this first quarter. Bulldogs went 3 and out on their first possession. New Madrid started at their own 34 and have had a nice drive going here. Jeff talked about in the pregame, New Madrid averages 39 points a game. Looking to pass, and he's going to be dropped for a sack. I believe that was Kenyon Moore that got back there for that sack, and had to back him up even more, bring up 3rd and 19.
I think that was Des Green on the sack. Got in there.
Pass over the middle, and he caught it.
Wow.
As Bulldog defenders had, I think 2 of them were going for the interception. Gage Rowland was right there, but it was a reception, a big reception, just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and inches after the 18-yard catch. Boy, 2 defenders right there for the Bulldogs.
I don't know how that pass was caught. There was 2 defenders, like you said, Chris, right there.
Same thing happened. I know you weren't at the game at Farmington, Jeff, but the exact same thing happened last week. I thought Gage had an interception, but it went right through his hand for the completion. So what was a 3rd and 19 and now be a 4th and inches, and stacked up, and maybe a second effort may get it. It's going to depend on the spot.
This will be close. Like you said, the second effort may have.
He was stacked up originally short, but he kind of spun out, and they'll say that he is short. So the Bulldogs stop on 4th and inches and take over as the defense comes off fired up. Bulldogs take over, but it will be on their own 10, so they're backed up for the second straight time. 5:18 left in this first quarter. Been a quick moving first quarter so far.
Nice job by the Bulldog defense right there. See if they can get something going on the offensive end.
2 wide receivers each side for Gage. Pulls it down, and he's going to be sacked from behind. Going to lose a couple of yards. That sack was Maltbia. Got in on that sack.
Number 9, Gage rolling, sacked by number 55, Jay Maltbia. Loss of 2 on the play.
It's going to be 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss on the sack. Kirkendall going to be thrown down after a short gain. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much more.
30, Jackson Kirkendall, ball carrier, tackled by number 25.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 after the short 2-yard gain. Clock continues to roll. 4:20 and counting here. First quarter action. Sikeston coming in. 2-game losing streak, 3-4 record. New Madrid County Central with a 4-3 record. Gage back to pass. Has got Andrew Crumley on the little out, and Crumley needed 10 and got 11.
Yeah, nice catch there by Crumley. A little bit of a high pass. He caught it, brought it in, and picked up a few yards after the catch.
And that's a Bulldog first down.
First down of the game for Sykes, and that's one they needed right there. Ball on the 21 of the Bulldogs. Looks like New Madrid's going to bring the house here. They do. Run the little option outside. Gage keeps it himself. And looks like he's going to lose a couple. Did a good job running away from that blitz, did Roll Wing, but had nowhere to go on that short side. Looked like they had a option set up there, and Gage decided to keep it himself. Second and long now after the negative play. Gage pulls it, rolling out, got a man open and couldn't connect with him as Andrew Crumley was open, got behind the defense, but just past the outstretched arms of the senior receiver, Andrew Crumley. That'll bring up 3rd and long. That's one you got to have, or you'd like to have.
Yeah.
Crumley ran all the way from this near side across the field, got himself open. They just couldn't hook up for the completion. So a big 3rd and long from their own 21 for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be thrown high over the head of Crumley again, falls incomplete. And that'll be 4th down. So after giving up 1 first down, the New Madrid County Central defense holds. And the Bulldogs are going to be forced to punt for the second time in this first quarter. 2:59 left in this first quarter. Punt angled over towards the right. Takes a good Bulldog bounce. And it's going to be down at the 45-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over after a 35-yard punt by Gage Rowing.
Yeah, another nice punt there by Gage.
Bulldogs need to flip the field here, though. You
Yeah.
know, Gage has done a good job. You know, been kicking deep in his own territory, but Sikeston has started on the 19-yard line and the 10-yard line, while New Madrid started their first possession on the 34. They'll start this one on the 44. So 2:49 left here, first quarter action. Phillips will have 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Jackson on his right hip. Fakes it, and Phillips will keep it himself. And a nice.
Like Brian Jasper on the tackle there. He was not fooled by that at all. Second big play by Jasper here in the first quarter.
Good call there, Jeff. It's going to be a 2-yard loss, bring up second down and long.
Brian Jasper, 2nd and 12, Eagles.
Same formation here for the Eagles. Pass over the middle is going to fall incomplete. Intended receiver was Johnny Walker. Thrown a little high, maybe a touch behind him. Walker got a hand on it but couldn't haul it in. Had to momentarily stop the clock with 2:17 left in this first quarter. Brings up a 3rd and 12. Big third down here for this Bulldog defense. Jackson to go out in motion. And that pass is going to be incomplete as it was dropped by Johnny Walker again. Maybe just a touch behind Walker, but he got both hands on it. I guarantee you he'll tell you he probably should have hauled that one in.
Ball might be a little bit slick.
Good
Rain's
point.
coming down.
Probably is.
We've seen that a few times now on both sides where the ball is just kind of slid right off the receiver's hands.
Probably is a tough night. Little quick pooch kick. And that takes a nice bounce. Get on into that end zone.
No.
And it doesn't, as it's going to be down at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
So a beautiful little pooch kick by Christian Phillips, and the Bulldogs will be backed up at their own 1-yard line.
Nice punt by Phillips. Got an excellent roll after the ball hit the turf and just rode all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I was hoping it was really going to take off and go all the way in the end zone. It came up 1 yard short. So backs against the wall here. And the Bulldogs are going to be forced to use their first timeout. We'll use it with them. 1:59 left in the first quarter, no score. First and 10 Bulldogs from their own 1. They'll go Wildcat with Trey Ranson in there. He'll run it right up the gut and just try to push the pile forward. He'll gain a couple. He'll get it out to about the 3. A little extracurricular going on again down there as a couple players have to be separated. Bring up second down and 8 after the short gain. He dropped the snap originally, but was able to pick it up and dive forward. He'll gain another 1 or 2. So got out to the 5-yard line. So another 2-yard gain. That'll bring up third down and 6 after the short gain. Inside a minute here in this first quarter. Bulldogs staying in the Wildcat, deep in their own territory. Ranson looks to pass, got a man wide open. That's Trent Elliott. Got across the 15 to about the 17 or 18.
We haven't seen Ranson throw the ball much this season, but that was a nice pass over the middle to the tight end, Trent Elliott. Picked up the first down.
We may have that on replay. We do. So you see, they sold out on the run, did New Madrid. And Ranson just dumped it right over the middle to Elliott, who was wide open in front of the safety.
Nice call.
I believe that's that's Ranson's first pass attempt of the season, and we're going to get offsides pointing both ways. They'll huddle up and talk about who this was against. Sikeston saying against New Madrid. New Madrid saying it's against the Bulldogs, and they'll say it's false start against Sikeston. Thought that was one of those where the defensive guy jumped and offensive guy reacted to it.
Yeah.
Never know how those are going to get called, but that one went against Sikeston. So it'll be a 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs after that penalty. Probably the last play of this first quarter. Ranson right up the middle again. Not much there as he's going to be pushed back. We'll say he got ahead for a 1-yard gain, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. No score coming out of this first quarter action. Starting the second quarter, it'll be 2nd and 14 for the Bulldogs.
Missouri Delta Medical Center Foundation, specifically for the Women's Imaging Center. Presenting the check is SCTC graphic arts instructor Brian Hinson, along with Sikeston High School graphic arts students. The Missouri Delta Medical Group representatives accepting the check are Pat Glass, Whitney Montgomery, and Morgan Vanpool. This year's proceeds from tonight's Pink Out football game totaled $4,100. Adding this year's total to the previous 6 years makes a 7-year grand total of $26,330. This remarkable amount is used to fight the tremendous battle of breast cancer in the Sikeston community. Thank you, Bulldog Nation, for your role in helping making this amazing donation possible.
2nd and long coming out of that stop in between quarters. Gage got outside and ripped off a pretty good run. I think he's going to have enough for a first down. He does. He needed 14 and picked up about 16 or 17.
Yeah, nice run there by Gage Rolling.
He was a little slow to get up. He's kind of holding his right shoulder a little bit after getting up.
He's coming over here to the sideline, sitting down on the bench. Trainers will take a look at him.
Looks like he went down awkwardly on that shoulder, so Ranson to come back in and run that Wildcat.
That's his right shoulder. That would be his throwing arm.
Ranson off the left side, broke a couple of tackles and dove forward for a short gain, maybe a half a yard. Wasn't much there.
Small gain by number 1, Trey Ranson. 2nd and 9 from Bulldogs.
Gage continues to get worked on over here, right down in front of us by the Zach Elliott, the Bulldog trainer. All 11 defenders within 10 yards out there for the Bulldogs. Ranson off the right side and not much there again. He's going to get a gain of 1 as he got ahead to the 31, but nothing else.
1-yard gain by
3rd and long here. We saw Trey had a little bit of ability to pass on the.
Yeah, he had Elliott a while ago across the middle for a 1st down.
We'll go a little more normal formation here. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Fakes it to Blanchfield, and he's going to be stacked up for a loss. Is Ranson. Bounce off a couple tackles, but nothing doing there. I think he wanted to hand that off to Blanchfield, but there's a little problem between the quarterback and running back exchange.
Like we said, the ball is a little bit slippery, and that might be a cause of a few of these misplays.
So with Gage over here on the sideline, that's big David Rowland, I believe. Back there to punt, it looks like 77. Nice punt by Rowland.
Line drive, yeah.
Over the head of the defender and going to be down at the 21-yard line. So
nice punt by David.
.9:45 left here in this first half. Still no score.
41-yard punt by number 77, David Rowland. And the Eagles will start this drive on the 22-yard line. 1st down, Eagles.
Bulldog defense come back out. They're asked to make another stop. Switching out a ball. And off to Jackson right up the middle. Didn't look like there was much there, but he was able to squirt forward, cross the 25 to the 26, so a nice gain of about 5 on the play.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for the Eagles.
Hand off to Jackson again, and not much there. As I think it was Lontez McClinton and Des Green knifing through there, making the tackle. No gain on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Number 34, the ball carrier Jackson.
Got a nice tackle by Lontez McClinton getting in there.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 6.
Tripping up Jackson.
8:50 and counting here in this second quarter. Umbrellas continue to be out here at Public School Stadium as the rain continues to come down. Phillips got loose trying to throw it down the field up for grabs, and it falls incomplete as a couple of defenders there. Good job by those Bulldog defenders keeping that from being a completed pass. So it'll fall incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 5 from their own 26.
Got nice coverage there by the Bulldogs.
The Eagles line up like they're going to go for it. They did the same thing last time, lined up in the same formation, and Phillips just did a little quick pooch kick. Let's see if they'll do the same thing. He tried to get a free 5 yards there, but the Bulldogs did a good job not jumping. Now he will just pooch it down the middle. Nobody back for the Bulldogs. And it's going to roll down to the 37-yard line, and that's where Sikeston will take over.
37-yard punt by number 1, Kristen Phillips.
In between quarters, we had a check presentation down there. I think you were able to hear some of that, but congratulations to the Sikeston Career and Technology Center graphic arts students who were able to raise over $4,000 this year for this pink out game. They presented that check. In the last 7 years, SCTC has donated a grand total of $26,330. That's a remarkable amount that is used to fight the tremendous battle of breast cancer in the Sikeston community. So thank you to Bulldog Nation for your role in helping making this amazing donation possible.
Graphic arts class here at Sikeston High School. They do an excellent job with all the different things they do for the athletics department and all the different departments here at the high school. I've personally gone in there. I know you have too, Chris, and seen those students in action. They do a great job.
Sure do. Talk about great SETC programs. How about this digital media class that helps us each and every week put this broadcast on? We got the easy job. Just come up here and watch a football game and talk a little bit. We get about half of the things right and about half of them wrong, but Coach Steve Beidler and his crew that he has up here and the students down on the field manning the cameras and up top of us, I know they put in a lot of work and effort each and every week to this and do a great job. As Daniel Lawrence gets the handoff and broke a couple of tackles, got outside, and he's going to get about a 5, maybe 6-yard gain.
Saw an excellent block there by, I think it was Jackson Kirkendall.
And it's going to be all for naught as it's going to be a hold against the Bulldogs. I didn't even recognize the flag down. By the way, it's Sean Blanchfield that's in there at quarterback right now for the Bulldogs, at least on that first play it was. Gage still over here getting tended to on the sideline.
Yeah, Gage is still being looked at by the training staff. He's
starting to put his helmet back on, though, and looks like he's reaching in a ball bag, maybe going to try to throw a couple footballs and see how he does. But right now, Blanchfield out there. Rolls out to his left. Nice little dump pass to Trent Elliott. Trent to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so nice gain of 10 on the pass from Blanchfield to Elliott.
Elliott's second reception tonight.
Nine-yard pass play from number 2, Sean Blanchfield, to number 36, Trent Elliott. 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Second and 10. They'll hand off to Daniel Lawrence again. And we get another flag as Lawrence made a couple of guys miss. Got in the open field and was tackled up high.
Number 3, Daniel Lawrence, the ball carrier.
And we get another penalty against the Bulldogs.
Got a New Madrid County player down on the field.
I couldn't tell what the call was. New Madrid does have a player down on the field. So a couple of good runs have been wiped out by a couple penalties on this. So it's a personal foul. Personal foul against the Bulldogs, so I had to back them up 15 yards. Player still down on the field, so we'll take a quick break as they're getting ready to get him up. We'll keep it right here. Looks like that's number 5, J.J. Brown. He's a senior defensive back, so good to see him get up and walk off the field on his own accord there. It was behind the play. I didn't see exactly what happened,
either.
But nonetheless.
Saw the flag. But like you said, Chris, we've had Bulldogs have had a couple of nice runs brought back by penalties here on this series.
So that was a big gain by Daniel Lawrence as he got into New Madrid territory. It would have been the first time the Bulldogs were in New Madrid territory, but instead that 15-yard penalty will back them up to their own 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 25 now for the Bulldogs. Toss to Ranson. He's trying to get outside. Not much there, but Trey is able to push forward. He's going to gain about 6 or 7. He got across the 30 to about the 31, so they're going to give him 9. Still 3rd and 16 here for Sikeston. They got to get up to their own 48-yard line for a 1st down. Rain continues to come down as the clock goes inside 7 minutes here left in this first half. Still no score between the Bulldogs and the Eagles. Blanchfield running for his life. He's going to throw it up for grabs. And the Bulldogs wanting a pass interference as the receiver got ran over. But I guess they're going to say it wasn't catchable.
It wasn't a catchable pass.
I guess that's what they're going to say. Coach Gibbs comes out and gives his 2 cents to it. Well, you can see right there on the replay, the receiver was getting ready to jump up for it, but he just got hammered from behind. Nonetheless, it's going to be 4th and long here for the Bulldogs, and David Rowland going to come in for his 2nd punt of the night. Good snap. This punt is off the side of his foot, so not near as good of a punt as the first one, as he walks all the way up to the 42-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. And they're going to get a hold against New Madrid. So the Bulldogs get a break right there. Yeah. It's still going to be a punting situation for them, but they're checking to see what they want to do. It was a very short punt, as they said it was out at the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs, so only would have been about a 10 or 11-yard punt. Coach Gibbs trying to find out, was the flag after the punt or before? He's getting the explanation right now.
Back to the communities we serve, which is why we're proud to support the Sikeston Bulldogs. It's what makes us your true community bank. Member FDIC.
Still getting the explanation down there is Coach Gibbs.
We want to serve all of your insurance needs.
So it looks like they will line up to re-kick this. Ball comes in from the sideline, and they'll have to mark this penalty off. Then the Bulldogs will re-kick. So it's going to be 4th and 8 from their own 41.
4th and 8 for Sikeston.
They'll still be forced to kick here. 6:36 left in this first half. Good snap. Another good kick, low line drive, taken on one hop by Williams. Got a good block out there, got to the outside and is drugged down at about the 30-yard line. $20-yard return on the play by Williams.
20-yard return by number 4, Rashawn Williams, tackled by number 51, Des Green.
After one quarter, Chaminade leads Poplar Bluff 14-0.
47-yard punt by number 77, David Rowland.
We'll try to pay attention to some area scores and get them to you here tonight. Glad you're with us here on SPS TV, your home for Sikeston Bulldog sports. Jackson across the right side. He squirted forward for a gain of about 3. will call it. Stayed in bounds, though, so that clock will continue to run as we go inside 6 minutes.
Second and 7 for the Eagles.
Jackson to the other side now, found a hole, but it closed up pretty quick. Good job by the Bulldog defense as they'll give him forward progress of about 1, and not much more.
Third and 6 here for the Eagles.
See what they want to do on this 3rd and 6. See, Phillips has got a big arm, but they'll hand it off to Jackson off the right side. The ball came loose, and let's see, the Bulldogs say they have it, but no indication yet. Sikeston came out saying they had it, but I still have not seen a signal. Now there it is. And the Bulldogs get the first turnover of this game. So for the first time tonight, the Bulldogs will have it in New Madrid County Central Territory as the takeaway bone comes out tonight. Park Hills leads Dexter 7-0 in the second quarter. North County up 14-7 on Potosi. Farmington up on Lutheran North 13-12. Windsor leads Cuba 20-16, and Jackson up early in the second quarter 28-0 on Hillsboro. Blanchfield to hand it off to Ranson, and nothing there. Trey's going to be stacked up, and he'll lose a yard.
The Bulldogs have not been able to get anything going on the ground.
And with Gage Rowing not in there, it really hurts. Not having that arm of Gage as a threat.
Gage is still sitting down over here on the sideline on the bench. He's doesn't look like he's going to be coming back in.
Daniel Lawrence to the short side, and Daniel's going to be close to a Bulldog first down. So that's the first time tonight that one of his runs have actually counted.
He's had a couple of nice runs, but both of them brought back for penalties. But Daniel's running hard, making some plays here for the Bulldogs.
Looks like they're going to say he was stopped just short of the first down, so that brings up 3rd and 1 here for Sikeston. Bulldogs in 4-down territory here as they'll let this play clock run down. As the game clock goes inside 4 minutes, 3:54 in counting. Handoff right up the middle to Ranson, followed his blockers, and he dives forward for a gain of about 3, and that'll be a Bulldog first down. Clock will stop momentarily. 3:45 left in this first half.
That's another Bulldog first down.
Daniel Lawrence to this side now, trying to get to the outside. Spun out of one would-be tackler. And another gain of about 6 or 7 for Lawrence.
Daniel Lawrence, just a sophomore for the Bulldogs, 5'7", 150.
He had a couple of good runs on the road last week against Farmington. He came in and ripped off about a 20-yarder against the Knights last week, and you've seen his speed here in the first half on a couple of these jet sweeps. And as a bad snap, Ranson to get it. He's trying to make something out of nothing as Ranson, it's a busted play, gets inside the 10, close to the 5, and dives down inside the 5. So a bad snap over Blanchfield's head, and a great job by Trey Ranson just picking that up.
Chris, you see that sometimes on a busted play like that, the defense over pursues. Here's the replay. Ransom picks it up, and he just kind of goes to his left and makes a big play out of nothing there. Great job by Ransom.
Well, and I'll say, as New Madrid takes a quick timeout, we'll keep it right here. I'll give some credit here to Daniel Lawrence. In that replay you saw it. There's 3:03 left in his first half, but after that went over his head and he picked it up and started running, Daniel Lawrence said, hey, come this way, come this way. He kind of sealed that edge on a nice little block. I'm trying to get that replay back up for you to see. So you'll see here as it went over his head. And you can't see Lawrence waving him, but you saw Daniel come up and make the block right there to kind of seal the edge. But I could see it from up here, and you could see it waving, saying, come on this way, come on this way.
Brings the Bulldogs down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal on the 3. See if they can punch one in here before halftime.
First time tonight the Bulldogs have been in the red zone. Blanchfield still in there at quarterback. They'll give it to Lawrence, and he's going to lose a couple as he was trying to cut it back. That's one of those jet sweeps, and tried to stop and change direction, and feet went out from underneath him.
Yeah, New Madrid has seen that play a couple times now, and they've caught on to that.
So it'll be 2nd and go from the 9 now. Blanchfield back to pass, and it's going to be intercepted as it was over the head of Trent Elliott. And so what the Bulldogs looked like were going in for a score was intercepted, and they bring it all the way back to about the 35-yard line. 2:15 left in this game.
Eagles will start this drive on their own 35-yard line.
Phillips and company in business here. And we're going to get flags. Looks like it was a false start against New Madrid, and that'll back them up 5 yards.
5-yard penalty, 1st and 15.
.215 left in his first half. Phillips back to pass, looking deep down over the middle. And they're going to get a pass interference as Blanchfield knocked it away. I don't think the coaches like that call.
No.
Pass intended for number 25, Johnny Walker. Pass incomplete.
So it's going to be a pass interference. We thought it was a pretty good defensive play by Blanchfield, but nonetheless, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for New Madrid.
15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. First down, Eagles.
Phillips gives it on the jet sweep. Short gain of about 2 maybe.
Number 4, Rashawn Williams, ball carrier. Tackled by number 22, Quincy Nelson. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 Eagles.
Takes us to under 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Madrid not going hurry up. Phillips looking to his right. Had a man open, but short hopped him. It's going to fall incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8 with a $1:29 left in his first half.
Chris, you got to think that the rain has something to do with the
the
lack of offense here in the first half, the lack of the passing game, definitely. Ball is slippery coming out of the hands, and it's also hard to catch.
And it's intercepted by the Bulldogs. I think that's Keon Graham. Made a guy miss, got across midfield, and hemmed out of bounds at about the 40. So you talked about it, Jeff, being slick.
Yes.
So that went off the hands of the New Madrid defender. We'll see it on a replay right here. See if we can dial it up. So, again, it was a pretty good pass by Phillips, and he had a guy open, just went right off his hands. That was Seth Copeland that went off his hands also. And then Keon Graham was able to haul it in and then had a nice little run after. And the Bulldogs have it at the 42-yard line. So Keon Graham with the second takeaway for the Bulldogs.
Yes, sir.
Ranson right up the middle. Stacked up after about a gain of 4, maybe 5 on the play. Yeah, they'll give him 5.
Clock running, minute 3 left here in the first half.
If you're a parent of a senior band member, please make your way to the track. If you are a parent of a senior band member, please make your way to the track now. Thank you.
Ranson off the right side. Nice block out there. Dives forward. He's going to be close to a first down. Bulldogs still have 1 timeout if they want to use it. The clock will stop momentarily after the 6-yard run. 44 seconds left. Sikeston getting up to the line. Get ready to snap it. And the clock starts. And a little botch play here is Blanchfield didn't have anybody there, but now he'll get a little something out of nothing on another busted play, and Blanchfield's going to go in for a touchdown, but we've got a flag over on the far side. So another busted play. Blanchfield goes in for the score. Now we're waiting to see what the flag is. And it's going to be a hands to the face against the Bulldogs. See if we can get that on replay. So Blanchfield turns to his right. Nobody there. I didn't see much on that replay at all, but
it's hard
nonetheless.
to tell, yeah. High school, the referees don't give the number of the person who commits the foul. It's hard to see.
30 seconds left, so that's big to wipe that score off at this point in time. Blanchfield off to the left side.
Number 2, Sean Blanchfield, ball carrier.
And the Bulldogs will be content to let this clock go in, and we will go in at half, scoreless. Now it looks like we're going to get a timeout. Let's see who took that timeout. It is going to be taken by the Bulldogs. So 5 seconds left in this first half, and Coach Gibbs wants to take a quick timeout. See what the Bulldogs want to draw up here on the last play of the first half. Let's see what the Bulldogs want to do here on 2nd and 17 with 5 seconds left in this first half. Little halfback pass downfield, and that's going to fall incomplete. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. No score. So that'll be 0-0. It is senior night here at Public School Stadium. So stick around and enjoy the band at halftime, and then we'll have a special performance by the senior band members. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on SPS TV.
Gentlemen, before we recognize this year's senior band members, the Sikeston High School Athletic Department would like to take this opportunity to recognize a very special supporter of Bulldog Athletics, Mr. Steve Taylor. Mr. Taylor has recently been nominated to receive the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association Distinguished Service Award for his years of commitment to Sikeston Athletics. His role started in the 1970s when he was a charter member of the Sikeston Booster Club. In 1976, he was on the board that started the JC Little League football program and later became the commissioner of that board. Mr. Taylor, with longtime friend and colleague Pete Burns, called the football game for SBS TV in the early 1980s broadcasting days. 30 years ago, Mr. Taylor and Mr. Burns started the long-time tradition of hosting the Bulldog football team breakfast on Friday morning. A tradition that has continued to this very day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look across the field, you'll find Steve Taylor still contributing today as he has played a role moving the change for Sikeston football every year since 1988. We thank you, Steve Taylor, for your leadership and continued support of Sikeston student athletes. In addition, Sikeston Athletics would like to thank all the members of the chain gang that help to keep the chain moving on the no matter the weather. These community members volunteer their time and energy to the program year in and year out. Thank you to Steve Taylor and to our chain gang crew. Tonight, we will recognize our senior band members. These students have worked very hard and become strong leaders in this band program and will be surely missed. What's up, Josie? Theodore Blisson is a son of Ted and Carissa Blisson. He plays the trombone for the Bulldog Marching Band. Theodore received a state 1 rating in large group contest and is a member of FFA and BOMS. After graduation, Theodore plans to go into the Air Force
That moment when you
Claire Boner is the daughter of Marty and Janet Boner. She plays the flute in concert band and has received 2 State 1 ratings on her piano solos at districts, a gold level at state, a 2 at districts on a flute solo, and 2 1 ratings in large group. Claire is an alumni of Missouri Scholars Academy and Missouri Girls State, part of the ACT 30 Plus Club, Honor Roll, top 10%, Sikeston Student of the Month, September of 2018, and placed second at state cheerleading competition in 2016. Claire is currently serving as FBLA parliamentarian and NHS president, and has previously served as FBLA reporter. After graduation, Claire plans to attend Rice University and pursue a degree in architecture. Claire would like to say thanks to Mr. Steelman and Mrs. Whitehead for helping her become a better musician and making band her favorite class of the day. Ella Crater is the daughter of Lynn and Kathleen Crater. Ella plays alto, baritone, sax, and kazoo. She has served as drum major for 3 years, has been on band council for 4 years, and is currently serving as band council president. She's been selected to perform in the All-District Band, All-District Jazz Band, and the University of Missouri All-Junior Honor Band. Ella has received a music letter and 2 bars, 2 Outstanding Soloist Awards for Jazz Band, and 5 1 for gold ratings at state for solos and ensemble. She has also been selected to perform in all-district choirs and has received the Neil E. Boyd Award for choir. She has earned an academic letter, been on the honor roll for 4 years, in the top 10% of her class, a member of the 30 Plus Club, has attended Missouri Girls State, is an AP scholar, and a member of the Southeast Missouri Regional Jazz Orchestra. She is currently serving as Model United Nations President and FBLA President. She has previously served as Model United Nations Vice President and FBLA District 15 parliamentarian. After graduation, Ella plans to attend college to study music education and political science. Ella would like to say thanks for the experiences, opportunities, and memories. Paige Crumpecker is the daughter of Scott and Becky Crumpecker. Paige is a percussionist for concert band. She has received a State 1 rating at large group 2 years in a row. She is a member of National Honor Society, Bulldog Honor Roll, has received an academic letter, academic all-conference soccer, has been appointed to the Junior Board of Directors at First State Community Bank, was a semi-finalist at Miss Missouri Teen USA, and awarded Miss Congeniality for Miss Missouri Teen USA. Paige is currently serving as Vice President of the Key Club and Secretary of FFA. After graduation, Paige plans to attend college and pursue a degree in international business with a minor in music. Paige would like to encourage students to join band and take every opportunity that it gives them. She is glad she had the opportunity to be a part of the Sikeston High School band. Christiana Frazier is the daughter of Kia and Michael McDonald. Christiana plays the clarinet for the Bulldog marching band and plays tennis for the girls' tennis team. After graduation, Christiana plans to join the Army. She would like to thank her mom and dad for everything they've done in supporting her. Christiana would also like to thank Mr. Stillman and Mrs. Whitehead for always pushing her to keep going, even when it's hot. Braden Green is the son of Brian and Carrie Green. Braden plays the baritone for Bulldog marching band, and after graduation, Braden plans to go to college. Allie Hay is the daughter of Brent and Amy Hay. Allie plays the flute and has served as drum major for 2 years. She has been a member of band council for 3 years After graduation, Sophia plans to attend the SEMO College of Nursing. Sophia says she'll definitely miss dancing and cheering on the Bulldogs with her girls. Quincy Nelson is the son of Juanita Nelson.
And then every time
He plays the clarinet and is currently section leader. Quincy plays football, wrestles, and is a track athlete. After graduation, Quincy plans to go to college and obtain a teaching degree. Quincy says he will miss his band family. Madeline Rice is the daughter of Monique Rice. She plays tenor sax and is serving as section leader. Madeline received a 1 rating at contest for large group, an outstanding rating for a saxophone trio, and received the instrumentalist music award. She was also involved in jazz band this past year. After graduation, Madeline plans to attend Missouri State University and major in psychology. Mason Smith is the son of Barbara Smith. Playing the trumpet with Bulldog marching band. After graduation, Mason plans to attend Arkansas State University. Gareth Stash is the son of Beverly and Michael Stash. He is a percussionist for the Bulldog marching band. After graduation, Gareth plans to become an airline pilot. Emily Tumbleson is the daughter of for 2 years. He has received a 1 rating in solo and ensemble contest. He has been a member of jazz band for 3 years. Emily is also a member of band council. After graduation, Emily plans to attend Belmont University and major in commercial music. Anthony Wiggins is the son of Candace Wiggins. He plays the baritone for the Bulldog marching band. After graduation, Anthony plans to attend college.
That's my brother.
As the tradition at Sikeston High School, the senior band members will finish by performing the song Alone. The seniors will now play the red and black.
Yeah, that was a clean connection. The red did it with
touchdown. This is the longest I've ever seen a score go 0-0. What's his name again? Thomas. Oh, James. Last time I saw that, Jay Cutler was a quarterback. Yeah. Give him to the Dolphins. What the fuck? I'm from Chicago. Yeah. What's that mean? All right, Zach. Ready? Zach. Feet. My arm. You can't tell. This is my middle finger. My showed up more, you would have been laughing a lot harder.
Scores from around the area. Jackson leads Hillsboro 49-0.
Especially me and Zach.
Desmet leads Cape Central 49-0.
You don't know my heart.
Chaminade leads Papa Bluff 21-0.
We're so
And Park Hills and Dexter are tied 7-7.
We're being too nerdy right now. We need
In other action, Potosi losing right now to North County 14-7. St. Francis Borgia over Festus 21-7. And Farmington leads Lutheran North 13-12.
I broke my promise to Lily. I told her I'd put my hoodie back on, but it's fucking soaked. I'm not going to.
You'll be a lot colder.
Unexpected strikes. You deserve service that is fast, reliable, and
I
ready to
literally
meet
get
your
frostbite.
insurance needs.
No, I get
And
water
here at
day.
Self Insurance Agency, we are about continuing a
Thank God
tradition
my
of
armpits
service.
are warm.
A tradition of service that has been serving Missouri businesses, individuals, and families for more than 90 years. We are available 24/7, so call us at 573-471-3347 or online at sellbynest.com. Let us serve you
All right,
today.
here, I'll get your neck.
Out of my ear. Please stop.
At Focus Bank, we're ordinary people just like you. And helping the people who live and work here is our first priority. With more than 80 years of experience, you can have the confidence in knowing that our team is working for you. When it comes to personal service and helping people realize their dreams, well,
At least
some
I warned
are
you.
best done
I would have been like, yo, there's
know
something
and
cool over
trust.
there.
Focus
Matthew,
Bank.
you wanna say
Delivering
that's
experience,
wet or we're wet?
service,
I wonder how
and
wet that
technology
is.
since 1931.
I didn't see the wet part. I see the wet part of it.
Dang, there's a lot of people here.
For many people, financial management might
Bro,
seem
so
like a
many
luxury,
people.
be intimidating, and even overwhelming. Don't
Bro, I
face it
think all
alone.
of
The
Pegame
local
came to
team
see
at
us.
Grant Financial Management is with you every step of the way. We individually personalize your financial plan to achieve not just a return on your investments, but
Yeah,
a
there's
return
nobody
on
outside.
life. Schedule a meeting
Just
today
being
and
a
discover how
summer.
our 20 years of experience can make the process easier for you. Grant Financial Management, helping create financial stability.
Need a bigger house or looking to buy your first? Go with a lender you can trust. Montgomery Bank. Our mortgage professionals are ready to help you with low rates and great service.
Look at that. Looky at that. That was
The employees of Montgomery Bank would like to wish the Sikeston Bulldogs the best of luck this football season.
Yeah. Yeah. How lucky have we been?
Go Dogs!
no, he's eating. And he doesn't want to be eating and having the mic on it.
She said, I don't got the energy.
If you want to leave, you can. We're probably not going to do it without camera. I'm not sure. And if we do, we have enough people. Where did Nick go?
I don't know, because my cousin is answering.
What?
My cousin is answering.
Smack the unexpected citizen.
Ah, fuck you, unexpected citizen.
You're the unexpected citizen.
I get my big sisters.
What? Wait, they're
Damn.
here? What is it?
Damn.
Oh, you know what? You know what her sister?
I'm fucked.
Whenever she says, "Yeah, don't worry, get my big sister." What about like Russian chicks? How strong they are? Oh, you messing with my sister? Oh, fuck your shit up.
My
You have
sister.
a dick? I have a dick too.
older than me.
17, almost 18 years old.
No. She barely talks.
I knew that. I talked to her. I could speak in my group.
Yeah, but
Lily talked to people.
but we go. Should I ask your age? No, that would be creepy.
No, I don't know. Lily was talking to. We were talking to a person at 7.
Do you have your driver's license?
See? I just said
Damn.
that. You didn't listen.
What?
I only got my family.
So you think I can leave?
I mean, you don't have a pass, so he's not technically in control. You're just able to be down here because you can tell them that you're part of the group. They can go to Mr. Biden. Selfie! Smile! Please! Wait, is that selfie? I'm on a photo box. Snapchat!
Believe it or not, both my sisters are pregnant. You think that? You should
Fuck that! Get it, Alexis! Hey! 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 Hit it with a stash shuffle! Get it! Hit the phone! He would just say yes or no. And he'll probably tell us if we're doing down payment. He's done eating now. I'm about to get a waterfall from Mountain Dew again. Yeah, we're still doing down payment.
No, I think they're going to start right up the middle.
This is fine. Remember that? Why would I want to fall fight soda? I'm just used to saying you want a waterfall. I'm not used to actually. Oh, fun. Well, technically, it's my soda. Technically, it's my soda. Come on.
Chris Hotchkiss, Jeff Williams back here at the half. No score. It will be New Madrid County Central receiving this second half kickoff. The Bulldogs have about 90 yards total offense in that first half. New Madrid County Central has been held to about 60 yards total offense in that first half. New Madrid looking to the sideline, and now we're going to get a penalty.
By New Madrid.
Had to back them up 5 more yards.
That'll bring up 2nd and 15 for the Eagles.
2nd down and 15 for the Eagles. Big 3rd down play. Thanks. Touchdown.
Number 1, Christian Phillips, the ball carrier.
Phillips has that ability. He can throw.
direction. One is in the right box, one is in the left. I may just need to restart. Hold on a second. Don't undo anything.
New Madrid kicks off. Ball goes to Ranson. Picks it up around the 15-yard line, straight up the middle. He's running. He's got daylight. And he gets another. He stays on his feet. He's third and long. Sean Blanchfield quarterbacking for the Bulldogs now. He has seen a little bit of action this season.
Ranson in there at running back now.
It's a jet sweep to Lawrence. Lawrence makes one player miss. Picks up a few yards, not enough for the first down.
Gain of about 5, maybe 6 there for Daniel on that. Makes it 4th and manageable after the gain.
5-yard gain by number 3, Daniel Lawrence.
Called a 4th and 3.
For the Bulldogs.
Ball at the 32-yard line.
Big 4th down play here. Midway in the third quarter, 6:20 and counting.
Hand off to Ranson.
Boy, no room there for Trey. He's going to have to make this himself if he gets it.
Oh, he's close.
It's going to depend on the spot.
Number 1, Trey Ranch, the ball carrier.
Looks like they're going to mark him down just short. Well, I did not think that was a very good spot.
Tackle by number 59, Herman Jackson. Madrid County Central.
It's going to be a turnover on downs.
29-yard line.
New Madrid will take over.
They'll mark him right at the 30, just inside the 30 maybe a little bit, but he had to get almost to the 29, so.
About a half yard short.
Yeah.
Eagles take over. Phillips has 4 receivers. Split wide, he hands off to Jackson. Runs hard up the middle, picks up about 4 yards.
Number 34, Jackson, the ball carrier. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6, Eagles.
Big number 72, Tyreek Jamison on the tackle.
Flooding 3 wide receivers over here to the left. Got one up top. Spreading this out and just running Jackson right up the middle.
Throw over to Johnny Walker. Catches the ball. Looks to pick up the first down. Now I think he does.
Walker got across the 40 to about the 42. It was enough for a first down for New Madrid.
9-yard pass play.
Rain still coming down. Maybe not quite as hard as earlier.
It picked up earlier in that third quarter, but yeah, it's backed off just a little bit now.
Jackson with the run again. And picks up another 5 yards. Second down and 5.
58, Seth Copeland.
New Madrid's the ball's on their own 47-yard line.
Under 5 minutes left here in this third quarter.
Nice sack there by Jasper.
Yeah, Brian Jasper came from that right defensive end untouched, and big loss right there as Jasper wraps him up. That's about a 10, 11-yard loss, something like that on the sack.
11-yard loss on the play. Third down and
Brings
16.
up third and long here.
Jasper's had a couple big plays in this game.
Sure has.
Third and 16. 5 receivers split. One goes in motion. Hands off to Jackson.
Not much there. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Number 34, Jackson,
So fourth down here.
Loss of 1 on the play. Tackled
You
by
got to
number
wonder if they're
51,
going to
Des Green. Fourth down
force him to
and
punt. You know,
16
Phillips
for the
is the
Eagles.
punter also. He just stays back there and just kind of a little pooch kick. The Bulldogs, pretty sure they are, as Trey Ranson drops back to receive this punt. Off the side of his foot. Bulldogs are going to get it at pretty good field position,
Yeah,
Jeff.
nice field position.
20-yard punt by number 1.
20-yard punt there by Phillips. Kind of went off the side of his foot.
Bulldogs will start this drive on their own 44-yard line.
Sikeston will take over at the 44-yard line, their own 44.
Wow, so according to Twitter, Hayti and Caruthersville are tied 6-6 at half.
Wow.
The battle of the Boot Hill.
Battle of the Boot Hill.
What happened to that game? Irish just dropped. Reckon the Irish backed up.
Blanchfield back to Ranson. Ranson thought about passing now. He runs, still on his feet.
He's going to be close to a first down. Yeah, you're right. He was looking, I think he was looking for Andrew Crumley going down deep, but decided to pull it down and take it himself.
Nice decision by Ranson.
11-yard run by number 1.
And he does pick up the first down.
Bulldog, first down.
Bulldogs on the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Blanchfield tosses to Ranson. Looks to run it left. Still on his feet.
Nice little gain again of about 4, maybe 5 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 5
5-yard run by number 1, Trey Ranson.
for the
Second and
Bulldogs.
5, Bulldogs.
The Brewers lead Kershaw and the Los Angeles Dodgers 4-1. Nobody out in the 4th inning.
Go Brewers. Daniel Lawrence on the handoff. That play has worked a couple times.
Yeah, snuffed out right there by the defensive tackle, number 76, Brett Gorecki.
Number 3, Daniel Lawrence, the ball carrier. Loss of 4.
Didn't fool him on that play.
No.
Lose about 4 did Lawrence on that jet sweep.
3rd and 9 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. See what-
Homecoming up at SEMO tomorrow. I'll go up there.
You going up there,
See
Chris?
the Red Hawks, yeah.
Who they play tomorrow?
Austin P.
Austin P. Governors. Blanchfield keeps it.
Boy, tried to cut it up the middle. Had a little bit of a lane there, but boy, look at the spot again. A couple yards back behind.
I don't know. Makes it about a 4th and 6.
His ball was, or his body was laying on the 40 when he went down, but they spot him back at the 37, so the Bulldogs are going to be forced to punt here.
Yeah, David Rowland, with Gage rolling out of the game, David Rowland's punted a few times. He's done a nice job. He's back here to punt. Nice punt.
Angles it over towards the corner.
Oh, it rolls into the end zone.
Yeah. Just rolls in the end zone, so it'll come back out to the 20.
All right, hit on down.
42-yard punt by number 77, David Rowland.
That's a 42-yard punt for David Rowland.
Get some updates here from area scores. At the end of the third quarter, North County 22, Potosi 7. Also at the end of the third, Dexter 13, Central 7. Borgia up big on Festus 43-7. Jackson rolling against Hillsboro 56-0. Luther North leads Farmington 28-20. And St. John up on DeSoto 14-0.
Handoff to Jackson. It's got a little room, but Bulldogs
stacked him up.
Stacked him up. He picks up about 3 yards.
Maybe about 2.
Yeah.
Number 34, Jackson, 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
2nd and 8 for the Eagles. About 20 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Could be the last play of this third quarter.
Phillips finds a receiver. Receiver slips, trying to make a move. That's number 20.
It's Austin Davis.
Austin Davis, one of the receivers for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's a leading receiver. 470 yards, 6 touchdowns on the season.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Score still tied 8-8.
High school cheerleaders will be honoring those who have fallen victims of breast cancer and those who have fought and won the battle. The names are announced to cheerleaders. They honor that individual. They ask that you please stand and remain standing as they release their balloon. Helen Turner, Sue Vogel, Jana Limbaugh, Jerry Linda Helm, Debbie Perky, Linda Hatley, Dottie Limbaugh, Ginger Schwab, Elise Bear, Judy Henry, Debbie Sherrock, Linda Beardsley, Paula Miller, Carrie Harding, Deanna Boyd, Julie O'Brien, Linda Jo Norton, Jackie Day, Sarah Sloan, Celeste Sehan, Robin Huff,
Handoff to Jackson. He breaks it up the middle. Picks up the first down and more.
Boy, it looked like they had him bottled up initially, Jeff, but a good hard run there by Jackson. Picked up the first down after the gain of about 10.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Jackson. He's a hard run, just a sophomore. Does a good job running for the Eagles.
Fresh set of downs now for New Madrid.
Phillips hands off to Davis. Davis gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up a half yard.
Yeah, they'll get him. Paul was about on a 39.5. They'll move it up a little bit to the 40.
Tackle by number 58, Seth Copeland, and number 1,
Seth
Trey
Copeland
Mason.
in there on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Still been looking for Gage down on the sideline. I hadn't spotted him yet. There is somebody over there with a jacket on.
Yeah, that might be him.
Could be him over to the side. Getting a football in. It's a little drier.
Looks like the rain may have stopped. I see a few umbrellas still up. Run. Hand off to Jackson again. Picks up maybe 3 yards.
34, Jackson, the ball carrier.
Brian Jasper in there on the tackle. It looked like Trey Ranson gave him a little bit of a pop at the end also.
3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
Another big third down play here for this Bulldog defense. New Madrid about the same down and distance they just had when Jackson had a nice run.
Phillips fakes the handoff, and he keeps it. Nice tackle.
Boy, came through from that linebacker position there. Did Quincy Nelson, and he's going to get him for about a 3-yard loss.
That was an excellent play by Quincy Nelson.
Well, that'd be one of those easy plays that collapse on Jackson, and Phillips kept it and tried to go off the left side, but Nelson would have none of it.
4th and 8.
Little quick pooch by Phillips.
See where it went out of bounds. Referee says around the 34-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will take over with 9:43 left here in the ball game.
Still tied 8-all.
The Bulldogs will start this drive on their own 34-yard line. First down, Sikeston.
Blanchfield rolls out to his left. He keeps it. And he might pick up about 5 yards.
Got hit from behind.
Pickup of 6.
Up to the 40. They're trying to unpile guys down there.
6-yard run by number 2, Sean
Like Blanchfield is down now.
4 for the Bulldogs.
That's not good.
It's not good at all.
Blanchfield, the backup quarterback for the Bulldogs, he's yet to get up after being tackled hard from behind.
You would think if Blanchfield comes out, Trey Ranson would have to be the quarterback. We'll see. Blanchfield gets up with a little assistance from the trainers. Looks like Blanchfield's okay.
Maybe just had the wind knocked out of him. He kind of got hit hard from behind and went down, and ball was right on the stomach area when he went down. So maybe just got to come out for one play. Probably see a wildcat to Trey Ranson here.
What was the penalty after New Madrid County Central's touchdown? Taunting?
Unsportsmanlike against both teams.
Okay. KFBS last one.
Ranson keeps it. He may have picked up a yard or 2.
He dove forward, but big Maltbia had a hold of his ankles and wouldn't let him out. Well, you got to think it's a big third down here.
Yeah. 3rd and 2. Ball on the Bulldog 42-yard line.
Clock continues to run at 8:32 and counting in this fourth quarter.
Ranson keeps it. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
They're going to get an illegal shift against the Bulldogs.
Flag on the play. Illegal shift against the Bulldogs.
So it would have been a Sikeston first down, but that'll back them up 5 more, and it's going to be a 3rd and 6. So that's a big penalty right there.
Big penalty.
3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Blanchfield looks like he will come in for this 3rd and 6. So he was out 2 plays there with Sean Blanchfield, senior backup quarterback.
Blanchfield hands off to Ranson. Stiff arms, and he's up the sideline. Looks like he may have picked up the first down.
We'll say he stepped out of bounds, just short of the 45, but I think he does have enough for a first.
Good run by Trey Ranson. Took it up the sideline. Picked up 7 yards, enough for the first down. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. 8 minutes left in the ball game. Ranson again up the middle. Bulldogs keeping it on the ground.
5-yard run by number 1, Trey Ranson.
5-yard pickup.
2nd and 5 for Sikeston.
And Ranson slow to get up.
He'll get off to the sideline and get a quick breather. Had to bring Jackson Kirkendall, the sophomore running back, in.
Second and 5. Ball at midfield, right at the 50-yard line. Blanchfield keeps it, looking for a little room, and not much room there. A bunch of New Madrid County defenders were all over that. Blanchfield lost a couple yards.
Loss of 3 on the play. 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards. See what the Bulldogs do here. Hand off to Kirkendall. May have got a yard. Brings up 4th and 7.
Not much right there. You got to think this 4th down, Bulldogs going to be forced to punt again. You'll see David Rowland come back in here.
Rowland's done a nice job filling in as punter. And gets off another pretty good punt. And
pretty good coverage down there by the
Bulldogs. Nice coverage by the Bulldogs.
Get him down at about the 21-yard line, maybe the 22.
Got a Bulldog player down after that tackle.
39-yard punt by number
That looks like that may be Brian Jasper. I was trying to see it. I thought I saw a 27.
Okay, back to action here. New Madrid takes over the ball on their own 23-yard line. Phillips drops back to pass. Looking for a receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Well, Blanchfield was right there. I thought he had a chance to pick that off. Actually, a pretty good job by the New Madrid County Central receiver not letting Sean Blanchfield get that interception.
It's one of those situations where the receiver has to turn into a defender. 2nd down and 10. Phillips hands off to Jackson again. Jackson, like he has about every other time he's carried the ball, is picking up 5 yards. Maybe 6 or 7.
He bounced all the way out close to the 30.
3rd down for the Eagles. Clock running, 5:30 left in this ball game. Score still tied 8-8. Phillips fakes the handoff, looks to pass over the middle. He finds a receiver. That's number 20, Davis.
Leading receiver for New Madrid.
He's down on the turf. Picks up a 1st down.
Davis a little slow to get up, but he does get up just fine, it looks like. He'll start hobbling over.
Looks like he's favoring his right foot, right leg. Now he's putting a little weight on it. 1st down for the Eagles. Ball on the 39. Handoff to Jackson up the middle. Nothing doing there. Bulldogs stop that at the line of scrimmage. And a late flag.
2nd and 10 to Madrid County Central.
Well, that was after they were unpiling, it looked like. Personal foul against the Bulldogs.
That's what I thought too.
Personal foul against Sikeston.
Referees talking to Coach Gibbs.
Trying to figure that out. I didn't see anything. Apparently Dave didn't think anything either. I don't know, he looks as shocked as...
Penalty is against the Bulldogs. 15-yard penalty.
Wow. That's a big call after a nice 1st down stop.
Eagles move over into Bulldog territory with that penalty. Fake the handoff. Phillips is running and looks to pass it, and it's picked off by the Bulldogs. Interception. Still on his feet.
Seth Copeland rumbles all the way down.
By number 58, Seth Copeland.
Boy, what a great job there by Seth Copeland. See if we can get that up on replay maybe. We don't have it.
No replay.
This rain has caused a little problems with our equipment, but I'll tell you what, Coach Byler and his crew still done a great job keeping us on air here tonight. So
1st down, Bulldogs.
Phillips was looking for a receiver across the middle, and ball got tipped up in the air, and Copeland snagged it.
I've had a couple people text me. What was that last personal foul?
We don't know.
Call for, yep. No clue.
Blanchfield hands off to Ranson. Ranson takes it up the left sideline. He's going.
Boy, jumped over a defender.
Wow.
Got inside the 5 down to about the 3. You see the athletic ability right there, Ranson.
Yes. Nice run by Ranson. Takes it inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 3-yard line. See what the Bulldogs call up here. They had one earlier in the game where they were deep into the Eagle territory and didn't score. That was in the first half. Blanchfield hands off to Ranson up the middle. And he might pick up a yard there.
They get him down to about the 1, so it looks like they'll give him about 2 on that.
2-yard run by number 1, Trey Ranson. 2nd and goal from the Madrid County Central's 1-yard line.
Clock goes
2nd and
inside
goal.
4 minutes. Excuse me, Jeff.
Bulldogs in no hurry. Blanchfield hands off to Ranson again. He's stopped.
Stacked up at the 5 as they were ready for that.
5-yard loss on the play. Number 1, Trey Ranson, the ball carrier.
Make it 3rd and 5.
Madrid County Central 6.
Still got 2 shots here from your 5-yard line for the Bulldogs.
1 yard away from
See if the Bulldogs elect to keep it on the ground. Blanchfield keeps it himself. He dives into the end zone.
No signal yet. Now they do for a touchdown. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Boy, Blanchfield did a great job letting it. You'll see it on the replay. Just kept it out there. He kind of lets his blockers set up right here. And a nice kick-out block right there. And then he takes it, cuts it back in just a little bit and dove
Nice
right
run,
for
yeah.
the pylon. Great job letting those blockers kind of set up.
Great point.
Looks like the Bulldogs will go ahead and go for 2. No chance in trying to,
Yeah.
kick an extra point in this weather or whatever. Just going to try to go for the 2-point conversion.
Blanchfield rolls out to his right. He's looking to throw it. Can't find anybody. He kind of tries to shovel pass it. Falls incomplete.
So the 2-point conversion is no good. So with 3:01 left in this ball game, Sikeston leads it 14-8.
He's a big even hates you with his shorts. Where's the sweat?
Are we back on? All right. A little kick there. Another flag on the play. See what the call is.
So it's an unsportsmanlike against the Bulldogs. So another 15-yard penalty against Sikeston. That's going to get them in Bulldog territory already.
Not good. See what happens here. The Bulldog defense is going to have to come up big here. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Phillips pitches it out to Jackson. Jackson still on his feet. Pickup of 8 yards on the run.
Yeah, nice run right there by Jackson. Again, the Bulldogs had him after a gain of a couple, but Jackson was able to dance out of the grasp of a couple would-be tacklers and had a nice gain on that. Clock continues to run. Inside 2.5 minutes now. Both teams have 2 timeouts left.
Fakes the handoff to Jackson. Phillips looks to pass. Finds a receiver over there on the far sideline.
Looks like the pass was complete over there for a nice pickup of about 12 or so, maybe 10, 12.
12-yard pass play for number 1.
Still plenty of time for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, 2:18 left here. They got plenty of time in this game.
First down, Eagles.
Phillips fakes the handoff to Jackson. Passes back here to number 25. Bulldogs read it. There's no gain there.
It was a backwards pass, so I think technically that goes in as a run. Clock continues to run, goes inside 2 minutes.
Pass was complete to Walker. No gain on the play. Second down and 10. Ball at the Bulldog 34. Phillips drops back to pass. Finds a receiver over the middle.
Little screen pass. He kind of let the D-line come into him and just hit a little dump pass over the middle. Short gain of about 5.
Yeah.
Flag on the play. Check that, no flag.
No flag. Clock still running.
It's those shoes, man. The quarterback shoes.
Phillips looking to pass again. He finds another receiver. Oh, intercepted by the Bulldogs.
Couldn't tell who that was, but
he's running up the far sideline.
Down the far
He's got
side.
a clear pass. There he goes all the way to the house.
No flags. 54 seconds left, and the Bulldogs extend the lead. See if we can get a replay going here.
Interception return by number 20, Keon Graham.
That was Keon Graham returning that back for a pick 6.
Nice job, Keon Graham. It's Keon Graham's second interception tonight, Chris.
I think that's the 4th turnover or 4th takeaway for the Bulldogs here tonight. And the Bulldogs will take a quick timeout. So barring something crazy here, Bulldogs looking to get out of here with a big, hard-fought victory here.
I think one of the things coaches might be saying here during this timeout is keep your composure.
Yeah.
Had too many unsportsmanlike personal fouls tonight. Want to make sure the Bulldogs don't do anything silly that might get them ejected and might have to miss the next game, Chris.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything like that. Bulldogs will be on the road next week. They will travel down to Kennett. Hadn't seen a Kennett score in a while, but a Kennett very good ball
6-1 going into tonight.
Yeah, very good ball club. Bulldogs will be facing on the road next week.
Bulldogs going for the 2-point conversion. Blanchfield pitches it out to Ranson. Ranson's going to be stopped short of the goal line.
Two-point conversion, no good. So 54 seconds left in this game.
Score is 20-8. We're under 1 minute left in this ball game, 54 seconds.
So we got a final. Jackson took out Hillsboro 55-0.
Tell you, Jackson has been fantastic this season.
They moved to 8-0 on the season. Charleston up big at last check over East Prairie, 36-6. Chaminade up 34-6 against Poplar Bluff. Dexter wins 13-7. Good win by the Bearcats.
Who did Dexter play tonight?
Said Central. Not sure.
Park
Hill
Hill
Central.
Derek James.
Derek James always
over.
dropping the knowledge.
A man of knowledge. Some people would say useless knowledge. But
Another little squib kick down.
Commander County Central will start this drive on their own 36-yard line. First down, Eagles.
Eagles will take over at their own 36 with 53 seconds left in this ball game.
All right, when the game is over, just go to the yard line where they're shaking hands and walking across as soon as they can wrap this up.
Bulldogs going to play that prevent defense. It looks like bring in a couple more DBs.
Phillips drops back to pass, finds a receiver.
Little short route.
Pickup of about 7. Clock stops. Receiver got the ball, then he was knocked out of bounds, so that stops the clock.
Actually, I think they said he was stacked up in bounds, and the manager was just
called a
Yeah, they were
timeout.
forced to use a timeout.
Gotcha.
So they had 2 timeouts left, so they'll only have 1 left after that. Hadn't been a lot of rain or anything during this fourth quarter. I mean, it's still pretty, it's wet out there, obviously, but at least you haven't had the rain coming down during the game here in this fourth quarter.
Got a few fans who've stuck it out through the entire game.
Yeah, lost some fans after the halftime performance by the senior band members.
It's always nice to recognize the senior band members. And it's also Mom's Night.
Incomplete pass, but the Bulldogs had too many men on the field as they couldn't get somebody off. Getting together talking about it, but it was pretty easy to see. Bulldog defender did not get off. He was still a good 7-8 yards on the field when it was snapped. So
As realization sets in, it's New Madrid County Central Eagles.
Illegal participation penalty against the Bulldogs.
Illegal substitution, actually. So 5 yards.
Check that, illegal substitution.
Legal substitution is the call.
5-yard penalty. Give New Madrid a first down.
Penalty, first down, Eagles.
37 seconds left.
If it was illegal participation,
Coach in uniform with a helmet on the field.
Phillips drops back to pass, finds a receiver.
15.
First down.
No, they'll say it was incomplete.
Oh,
They called it incomplete.
incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Second and 10, Eagles.
Still 32 ticks left on this clock. It was over everybody.
This Bulldog defense has done a nice job tonight.
Sure have.
We've mentioned it.
Yeah.
Madrid comes in averaging 39 points a game. Bulldogs have held them to 8.
You know, and I mean, no doubt, it's been a little harder to score here tonight in the weather and the conditions, but offensively, Sikeston right at their average. They come in averaging 21 points a game, and they got 20 right now.
Almost another turnover there.
Yeah, Sean Blanchfield had a play at it, but just went over his outstretched arms, fell incomplete. This could be 4th down in the game right here for New Madrid. 22 seconds left.
With the win, it would move the Bulldogs to 500 on the season at 4-4.
And it would drop New Madrid to the same record, 4-4. Ball knocked up in the air, and it's going to fall incomplete. And 1-0 here by the Bulldogs, and this game will be history.
Pass intended for number 25, Johnny Walker. Pass broken up by number 50.
We had a 0-0 game at half.
Takes over on down.
Offensive explosion in the second
half.
All 28 points of this game scored here in this second half.
Big spark of the half came when Troy Ranson took a kickoff back for a touchdown, 89-yard, I believe, kickoff return.
Sean Blanchfield will kneel on it one last time. And that will end this ball game as the clock ticks down to zeros. Sikeston gets the win here by the final 20-8. The Bulldogs improve to 4-4 on the season. New Madrid County Central drops to 4-4 on the season. And a good win here tonight, partner, by the Bulldogs.
Excellent win by the Bulldogs. Defense was outstanding.
Offense found a little bit of rhythm there in that second half, was able to put 3 scores up on the board. So Bulldogs coming into tonight were seated 5th in their district. So we'll have to find out after tonight, and then also after next week. So we'll be on the road down at Kennett next week, and then find out. Sikeston's got to get up in at least that number 4 spot in order to host a first-round game. So, senior night here tonight for these football players and for the band members. Congratulations to those seniors. I, for one, am hoping this is not their last home game and the Bulldogs can somehow pull out a top 4 seed and host a first round in districts.
I was looking at that, Chris, earlier this week, and West Plains in the Bulldogs district is definitely
number 1.
Kind of the class of the district. But after that, about number 2 through 7, it looked like they were all kind of bunched up, same record, and not very much difference in the point formula. So we'll see what happens.
So that'll wrap it up here from Public School Stadiums. Again, Bulldogs win it 20-8. I'd like to thank Steve Byler and his crew. They do a great job each and every week of getting us on the air and bringing you the sights and sounds of Sikeston Bulldog football. So until next time, go Dogs.